October 2023, and the time is 8 p.m. This is our evening news read to you by Vivian Mamara. The Deputy Speaker, Thomas Tayewa, has called upon the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to provide an explanation for the circumstances surrounding Uganda's decision to send a 71-member team to the 78th United Nations General Assembly in New York that resulted in a diplomatic embarrassment for the nation. Tomorrow, the Minister for Foreign Affairs, General J.J. Odong, will appear before Parliament to present a comprehensive report on the illegal, alleged bloated delegation that represented Uganda at the Assembly. The Deputy Speaker also urged Prime Minister Robin Nabanja and Minister for General Duties Justin Kasule Lumumba to exercise restraint rather than engage in public disputes. Mwanda Nkunyiji, the Member of Parliament for Chadondo East, pointed out that out of the 71-member delegation, only 10 were accredited. The remaining 61 attended as advisors, with Okello Oryem, the Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, accrediting his own wife to represent Uganda at the UN despite her not holding any official government position. The government's decision to send parallel delegations to the United Nations General Assembly in New York, USA, has sparked outrage across the country, with angry Ugandans accusing it of financial irresponsibility. Security in Pada district has arrested the suspected leader of the notorious Market Defense Unit. The 18-member gang has reportedly been terrorizing locals of Puranga sub-county for months. Vincent Olagara was arrested on Saturday from Alepi village in Puranga sub-county, where he was residing. His arrest comes 3 weeks after Pada Eastern District Commissioner Milton Odong issued an ultimatum to the group to surrender or be crushed. The gang had been armed with knives, machetes, timber with nails, and chains, and is operating around Adeg Market by waylaying and assaulting community members, robbing, raping women and young girls, and fighting, among others. Has been operating in Alepo village, Lamino Trade Parish, and Oret parishes near Adeg Market in Puranga sub-county. Odongo told Breedtop today that the arrest of the group members have led to the Teso sub-region. According to him, Olagara will appear in court within the next 2 days to answer several charges brought against him. Let's hear from Milton Odongo. Abrahams to condemn the Pada District Police Commander says the suspect is on remand at Chinene prison on several charges, including robbery, aggravated robbery, and assault, among others. He says the suspect revealed the structure of the gang and the identity of other members who are being trailed. Let's hear from Abrahams to Mukundi. A human resource manager has raised concerns about the sale of coffins near the entrance of Mulago National Referral Hospital, citing potential negative psychological effects on patients. Mr. Newton Amtire, a staff of Icon Medical Center in Wakiso District, initially brought up the issue on X, sparking a polarizing debate, while some urged that having casket vendors nearby could ease the burden on grieving families who wouldn't have to travel long distances when a loved one dies at the hospital. Others say the practice is insensitive. Some people also pointed out that they preferred higher funeral service companies that provide coffins and manage the entire burial process. At Mulago National Referral Hospital, coffin dealers are staged at the intersection of Benaisa and Kafero Zone roads, adjacent to the new Mulago Gate Road, leading to both the hospital and Kampala capital city Mojis. Patients, however, do not access the health facility through this gate. Mr. Almale, a psychologist at A to Z Professional Counseling Support Center in Kampala said the sight of coffins traumatizes patients and caregivers. However, the coffin sellers declined to comment on the matter, stating that they do not engage with journalists in their line of work. The Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Thomas Tayewa, has pledged closer ties between Uganda and South Korea as the latter celebrated her 75th Armed Forces Day and the National Day held at Sheraton Hotel in Kampala. The Armed Forces Day in South Korea is an annual event celebrated on October 1st to commemorate the service of men and women in the Republic of Korea Armed Forces. The Deputy Speaker said, for many years, Korea has been a great partner for not only Uganda but Africa at large. He commended the Republic of Korea for supporting peace in Africa through its participation in peacekeeping operations in South Sudan and the UN mission for the referendum in Western Sahara. Tayewa held the close ties between South Korea and Uganda that he said he blossomed over the years. He mentioned the Korea International Cooperation Agency, which has impacted various sectors in the country, but also mentioned several projects like the fruit processing factory in Soroti, which is addressing value addition. The $864 million partnership between Korea Project on International Agriculture and Uganda Center and National Agricultural Research Organization to support Elgon farmers to boost the growing of high-yield animal pastures, and the collaboration with National Farmers Leadership Institute that he said have benefited the country. 5 people accused of stealing cows to pay for bride price are in police custody in Kazo district. The district police commander, Philip Mukasa, has identified the main suspect as Bright Mhereza, aged 34, a resident of Omutebe in Nkongo sub-county, Kazo district. It is alleged that Mhereza, who was the groom, was assisted by the other 4 suspects to steal the cattle. Mukasa suspects that these 4 are part of a larger network involved in cattle theft in the district. Let's hear from the DPC, Mr. Philip Mukasa.
Yes, it is true that we have arrested for in connection of stealing cattle, stealing cows, and then taking them as bride price. Yes, we got information and we swung into action, and we have them here in custody. The inquiries are almost over, and we expect them to take them to court on charges of theft of cattle.
Mhereza claims that when he visited his wife's home last month to pay the bride price, he was asked to provide 2 cows and 2 goats, which he didn't possess. He worked diligently to purchase the required cows. However, he denies any involvement in stealing cows, asserting that a friend stole the cows from his neighbor's farm and sold them to him. He narrates that after paying the bride price, his father-in-law arranged for his immediate neighbor to graze the cows on his farm, which Mhereza recognized and reported to the police. This eventually led to Mhereza's arrest. Let's hear from Bright Mhereza. Bob Tumsime, the owner of the stolen cows, reported that his cows were stolen last week. He was surprised when he saw his neighbor bringing them and requesting grazing space. Mukasa mentioned that investigations are ongoing and the suspects will be charged with cattle theft based on the advice of the Director of Public Prosecutions. Thank you, our dear listener, for listening to 98.0 Britop FM. That has been our evening news read to you by Vivian Namara. Have a blessed night.